I think what's going to happen in Alpha 17 is that is going to, oh dang, cause them to fall through. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Adreddin and we are back in 7 Days to Die. Today we are going to build a design called a Toothy as a base, and some comments regarding Alpha 17 relating to it. We are just going to build it just over here. Probably, I'm not quite sure. There's some clay down over here, so we'll start there. Alright, well, let's have some fun. Alright guys, I'm going to need to get a shovel somehow. Looks like I need to get a lot of stuff, so I'm going to go do that. And then I'm going to get some clay and some rock, and we'll go from there. So if you've never built a design called a Toothy, it's basically just a bunch of pillars arranged in a particular way as to prevent the zombies from getting into it. But we need to make those pillars. So easiest way early game is to make it out of cobblestone. Okay, so I'm just gonna gather up some rocks, probably by smashing these little cinder blocks, because I don't see any immediately close boulders, so this is fine. I don't really mind doing this. And then we'll build a shovel. Maybe we can also buy some tool smithing so we can get a better one right off the bat. Looks like we can do that. Good. Actually, guys, to be honest, I think the better route is to actually find some boulders. That way we can also get iron for later bases and other tools and such. I mean, I'm kind of neglecting a whole side of the process by not building forges and stuff, but that's sort of just how this is at the moment. So anyway, that's just what's gonna happen. Alright guys, so basically I just found some rocks and I'm just sort of breaking them down to get as much stone as I can. I will tell you in a few minutes how much stone it takes to build, kind of what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna build a small one because, well, I don't think a big one is necessary. So the advantage of building a small one is that, you know, it doesn't take much material. Advantages of building a larger Toothy is that if a small section starts to get degraded, you can bring the zombies somewhere else by moving somewhere else in, you know, the base, and then the zombies will tend to kind of bunch up in the new location. So, yeah, we'll hop over there soon. I'm gonna just collect a bit more rock just to be certain, and a bit more of the wood just so that I have it. Running below. I think there's a working stiff here I'm going to check out on the inside. So, but that's not part of this video. So, see you guys in a bit. Okay, we just found a shovel in there. That is good. That'll help us. Okay, guys. So this is generally what I do to get some clay. I just kind of have a few of those guys down there and block it off. This will prevent dogs from attacking you while you're doing this, and you just have to dig into the clay layer kind of like this, and this is my most, I don't know, efficient way I find for getting clay. Just dig out a whole big chunk of it and it should be good. Yeah, you're just looking for this little pattern here, and then yeah, gather a bunch. Alright, let's get to the building part. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's been about 24 in-game hours. I've laid out a bit of a spot where I'm going to do this. I'm going to build it on this concrete because concrete is, well, asphalt I should say, is pretty resistant to explosions, and that will only matter later on, say, day 21 and beyond in Alpha 16. And I'm going to talk about Alpha 17 because I really do want to mention some things. Anyways, we need to make some flagstone, or cobblestone. Now, I think if I've done my calculations correctly, which I am pretty confident, we're going to need 1008 cobblestone. So I'm just going to make this up and also make some of the flagstone rock, because flagstone is some of the things we need. But we need to do this in a specific way, and we have to worry about the corners. Depending on your thoughts, you can do half blocks, which can be considered cheaty or cheesy, depending on what you think, or full blocks. I'm gonna do, I guess, half and half, just to show you guys. Okay, you're also gonna need 20 of these flagstone wedges. And then I'm gonna make more of these in between the cobblestone. Okay, so here we go. So we have to put down the cobblestone. 1, 2, 3. And I don't know, we'll do it sort of in a weird cross pattern. Then you need these half blocks or your full blocks, depending on what you're actually wanting to do. 2. Okay, we're gonna have trouble with this one. Wood frames, here we go. Come on, you. Down. We'll go 2 up and we'll just lay both of them down. 1, 2. Get all those out of the way. 1, 2, 3. Pull that one up. And put down these remaining 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now that should give us these. And so this is one of the important parts of the design. And now there's a couple of considerations. I'm not going to go into the other major variations on this, I don't think. I'll do another video on that at some other point. But this, you have to put these here, because what this does is it causes the zombies to move up a little bit in their collider, and so they run into certain blocks. Yeah, so then we just go all the way around this thing, putting down these little wedge tips is what they're called, and done. So that's the first layer of this thing done. Arguably this could be the other way, I guess. And what we're also going to need to do is put down something to prevent spiders from climbing up above that. Like that. I mean, this isn't really the best way to do this, but I would do at least one more block higher, but we'll get to that later if we do. Okay, so now we need poles. And let's see, on this one, we just need the normal poles. We're gonna need 20 and 20 of those, but we need a bit more. Okay, there we go. Those are all crafted. So now I'm just gonna redo the cobblestone afterwards, because that's all for upgrading. And those can go here. So what you're gonna want to do with these is put them into advanced rotation and put them so they're like this. This way the zombies can come up to them and can't get past them. And then if you're on the inside here and you crouch, you can still swing at crawlers. Have to kind of, you know, get through the hole. It's a bit tricky, but the zombies in Alpha 16 anyways stick their heads through pretty well. So then we just continue this pattern all the way around. And that's always an unfortunate thing that can happen, is you can lose your block. Let's do this side first. So be very careful when you're laying this thing out, because now I need to craft a whole other one of those. Do that at the very end. Oh shoot, I had a good one there. Oh well, this'll work. And hopefully we're not assaulted by a horde whilst we're making this. I've had that happen before, and it's it's a thing. There. There. Oof, almost flicked that one off somewhere else. And that's, of course, this missing one here. So these by themselves have 500 hit points, but then when you upgrade them, they'll have 1,500. So early game, it's a pretty good start. yeah, some people go for this right off the bat. It's not generally my style, but that's, you know, not the point of this series. This is all about building bases. And this is the early part is all about early simple bases. Now, yeah, as you can tell, we're kind of getting a little more complicated with these builds, so there's only one other major class of these that I would kind of like to show you. Because there's a bunch of these ones that are related, you know, with bars across and whatnot. Okay, anyway, this here is going to prevent the zombie from walking into your base. And because they don't jump, they are not going to be able to get into it, right? Well, they do jump, but their colliders are different, and so they keep running into this thing. But us, we can jump in and out, which is kind of an interesting thing about this particular design. Yeah. So we have that. Boom, 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 boom. And then, yeah, I mean, ideally, let's see, I guess I have some more wood and some scrap iron, so I'll make some scrap iron stuff. Wow, how many can I make? 54? Yeah, sure, let's do that, because may as well. And then I need to do, I think I may have a bit extra, I don't know. The pole, once again, the missing one. Okay, so upgrading that, these blocks are going to take a fair bit of resources to do. Let's take a second here to just talk about different types of blocks, because, you know, you don't have to build it with these. If you used wood, you would have 200 hit points on each one of these, which is not good. You're going to have your base fall pretty dang quick. Then if you upgrade it, you'll get 400 hit points out total, and then upgrade it into reinforced iron 1, and you're going to have altogether 300 plus 200 plus 200, so 700, which is approaching what this is, I guess, but it's kind of resourcey to do. Yeah, I wouldn't really recommend that, but if you want to, go ahead. Then, yeah, these ones are 500 as they stand, and then when we upgrade them, they're going to be up to, whoa, 1,000? So, that's pretty good. That'll actually last you, with a little bit of repairing, the first Horde night. Well, heck, even the first 3 Horde nights. You'll be fine. And then from there you could go to iron. Iron ones have, right off the bat, 1,000 hit points. I don't think these ones will. They might. I'll just double check, but let's see. We'll put this one here and just give it a little bit of a, yeah, okay, 100 on these ones. I thought that they were pretty weak at this stage. So when you upgrade them to the next stage, that they become a little bit better. Yeah, so what this is going to allow us to do is you just need to put a lip on this thing. Just, I mean, maybe not this early, but at some point, putting a lip around it will certainly give you the ability to prevent the spiders from climbing up it, and that would be good. Put that one there, and I'm gonna need what's that, 5 and 7 more, and so we'll just recipe these up. Okay, I'll put those on later. For now, I would recommend using your, I mean, if you found a hammer or a wrench at this point, use those because it'll save you a lot of time. Basically, you just upgrade these all the way to cobblestone. As you can kind of see, yeah, it takes about, is it 10? I think it's 10. But now you have, oh yeah, 1,500 hit points. My bad, it's 1,500. So it is better than the iron ones anyway. I guess if you had iron level 2 ones, then you'd have 2,000 hit points in them total, but yeah, there you go. But I recommend doing this row here first, because the zombies don't generally hit the bottom ones, but you know, it can happen, so don't forget to do it at some point. Okay, copy this, So we can go like that. And we just continue upgrading all the way around. And then we go and we do this upper level. This isn't my recommended order because what's going to happen is the zombies can back here hit this one pretty commonly, the thing right in front of them, and if they come up here they'll oftentimes hit these ones, so I would worry about it. Yeah, so it is 10, it's just that because I was building about 2 every cycle, it looked like 8, so just to make sure you know that. Yeah, so I guess next we should probably just see kind of how this thing works. It's going to take a few more minutes for me to finish crafting everything up, but as you can see, you can just sort of run in and out. There's enough space right in the center here that if you were in here and they were at the edges, you could theoretically not be hit. And most of the time this keeps out the spit from the spitting zombies, but I mean this particular build is not designed specifically for that. These are not very strong. Like I said, early day stuff. This will keep out the dogs. The dogs' heads will probably poke through, but that is all right as well. Okay, so I don't really have a fallback location for that, but for this whole location, but it's okay. Yeah, I suppose we should see how well this actually works. Okay, I'm just gonna summon in some zombies because I don't want to wait. So we're just gonna summon in a couple of zombies over here. Let's let them look at us. Just be careful which ones we get. We'll do a Darlene, a businessman, a biker, a bow, and a Joe. Hi guys, come on. We gotta demonstrate to the people what we're doing here. Alright, so you'll see what happens now. Boing. So you can get in and out of this pretty easily. Now this is where I'm gonna start talking about Alpha 17. Okay then. Well then. Good timing on them. But see, they knocked down. Now that part there, this is where I'm kind of curious about Alpha 17. Because Alpha 17, the zombies, when they fall down, they get a ragdoll. Sort of like when the zombies are dead in Alpha 16. And the difference being, though, that when they ragdoll, they can get forced through these bars. Now, I'm curious. You know, this is probably going to be viewed mostly after Alpha 17 comes out. And so we'll see probably... Oh, we should repair some stuff. Yeah, this is a bit of an extreme test here. But I think we'll be able to do this. We just gotta... Oh man. That's bad. Yeah, okay, anyways, this is, I think, alright. We just need to knock some of these smaller zombies out. This biker is taking up too much hit time. They're too strong. And their arms are constantly in the way. I do have a gun. I definitely do not have a fallback position. I guess the barn is really close. But see how that zombie just fell in front of me? I think what's going to happen in Alpha 17 is that is going to, oh dang, cause them to fall through. I might die because I don't have bandages. And then you'd end up with a zombie, ow, inside your base with you. Alright, big guy. That's it. I've had enough of you. If you have a bow and arrow, then that's probably another good thing. It's not really designed to do that though, but you know, now they're all going to path their way over here because they can see if they can get in. If you were more well prepared, you would have replacement blocks set up, so don't forget to do that. Man, there's so many blocks there. If we can bring this guy around over here, then we'll be much better off. Here we go. And of course then this is a good example too, because you can hit this guy here. Still more of that horde over there. We can get hit by the whole thing. Oh, well, he just pathed back over here. Good for him. Just gonna keep killing this guy as long as we can. Do I have? I do. But like I said, I'm not sure this is actually going to be a good horde base come Alpha 17. Woo! Alright. So be prepared. Have replacements, like put up a chest up here, or, you know, a couple, so that if one gets destroyed, you have more. That can then, you know, have more cobblestone in them and more holes to put back up there, because without these, you know, like now I need to repair those. And yeah, anyway, that's pretty much how this goes. It is a good base to start off with, but you do have to be really on top of these and maybe move things around quite a bit. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this tutorial, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole thing. They're pretty good. Let me know what you think about Alpha 17, or if it's already happened. Tell me your experiences. And if you're new to the channel and like what you saw, hit the subscribe button. If you want to support the channel more, you can head over to my Patreon, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.